Alright, hi. Minnesota Automotive back again. Just doing a little double view here. That's better. Alright, so I've got the idler pulley. This is the idler pulley number. I got it from O'Reilly Auto Parts. Be going in. Pretty simple idler pulley. Bearing in the middle. You gotta take out your 15mm bolt. It's got a little cup that goes over the end. It's about the same, so it doesn't really have a side because you'll see there's a little bit of a raise here. Well, it's the same on this side too. But it's nice. You got, if you want to document your bearing number, this one's 6203 bearing number. Then you can document that, have it on side. And then there is the idler pulley. It does have like a little notch that kind of locates this little tab here, locks into the block. This side goes against the block right here, and you got your wheel, and you got a 15mm bolt that goes through it. So I'm gonna pause this and let's get to work. Okay, so now we're looking at the idler pulley, and you can see the bolt there is a 15mm socket. So let's see if we can bust her loose. I already have previously taken off the belt. I did kind of start messing with it last night. Let's let's try. Alright, sorry, you guys are gonna have to maybe go blind here. I'm actually watching this on video as I do it. Gonna have to take the light away. You're just gonna have to let's see if I can do it from this side. There, that's gonna. Let's see, that was supposed to be a 15mm. And it is. At this point, I'm gonna have to pause the video because I need to have the room where the camera's at. But I think you guys will get the point. Alright, well, we're back. And I got the camera temporarily down in the hole here. We're gonna bring this out, but I just wanted you to see, you know, how she lies. You gotta get that bolt out. That tension roll will come loose. See if I can do this with one camera in my hand. Bear with me here, people. Gotta unscrew that bolt. I got it 90% of the way out. Just screw it, and there she goes. She's out. Alright, and then I brought her up right through this hole right here. It's probably the easiest way to get her out. And bear with me, I got a phone call. Alright. And so here it is. Here's the tensioner, and you can kind of see, you know, where the belt used to wear on this like rusty part here. It used to be all the way over there, but it's tracked all the way over here to the edge. And you can see, you know, over here, this wheel looks like it was getting chewed up a little bit. Let's look at the timing cover. Hopefully that's not damaged. This is my first look too. There's the mounting place for your tensioner. And so far from what I can see up here, there's no damage to the timing cover. I guess you guys can kind of see that yourself too. It is a little oily. We'll probably clean that or look into why that's leaking. But like I said, the truck is almost up to 150,000 miles now, so. So that's our tensioner pulley. So, take out your bolt. And reinstall. I will pause this video and we will reinstall. So stay tuned. Alright, so the tensioner is newly installed and torqued to specifications. And that 15mm nut there, right that one has to be torqued to at least no more than 40 foot-pounds of torque. Somewhere between 35 and 40. So you got a very narrow margin there. But she is torqued down to 40 foot-pounds. And now we will be moving on to the idler pulley, which is, if I can get the camera in here. And you can't see it. But what you're looking at right there is your alternator, and your idler pulley is the one right below it. This one right here. And this one, I mean, it feels good. I have it. I could replace it, or I could take it back. But it does seem just a tad dry. I mean, it moves, but under minimal resistance. It feels like she's about to go out. So I'm gonna go ahead and replace it since I have it anyway.
better to be proactive than not do anything at all. So I will get this taken out, and this is also a 15 millimeter bolt, and it is torqued to 40 foot-pounds of torque also. It is going to be a very cramped situation, so I don't think I'm going to be able to video it very well for you. But if you've got a Colorado, it is literally right underneath your alternator. And this is your alternator right here. The belt was sitting on. So let's get that changed out. Alright, so I have the new belt idler wheel on, and there's the alternator right below it. You can see black right there because I haven't had a belt on it. That is installed and down to 40 foot-pounds. So now we will reinstall the Serpentine belt and start her up and make sure everything tracks right. So stay tuned. All right. We have the tensioner belt reattached. Get the camera positioned here for the super fun thing for all you fans. I'm gonna start it and leave my camera here. Where can I put this camera? See the belt here? There you can see the tensioner pulley. All right, everything should be good to go. Alright, there we go. The squeak is gone. Everything's running straight and clean, and you can kind of see the tensioner pulley zoomed in about as good as I can get. And I can see the idler pulley working great. more squeaks. Like I say in all my videos, I did not get any sponsorship from any company. Bought all these parts out of my own money. Did my own research. So this is just me trying to help everybody. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. And we'll see you in the next one. Alright, I wanted to say that tools to do this idler pulley job is a nice 3/8 flex head ratchet, at least 3 feet long. You're going to need the length. 15 millimeter short socket, 3/8. 15 millimeter deep well socket, 1/2 inch for your torque wrench. But I will also say that if you can find a torque wrench in a 3/8 that goes 5 to 150 pounds, I'd certainly recommend getting a torque wrench both in 1/2 and 3/8 size. I'm looking for a digital 3/8 torque wrench, 5 to 150 pounds. So these are pretty much the tools that I used, and my fingers, you can tell, to do the idler pulley and the tensioner pulley on the truck. So yeah, just so you guys know, 15 millimeter sockets, deep well, 1/2 inch, 15 millimeter short well, and nice ratcheting flex head 3/8 socket. Thanks guys. Okay, so here is the tensioner wheel. Bearings do feel still pretty good, but I'm sure you guys can't hear spinning it. There's a little bit of noise and there is a little bit of drag, and that noise is what I could hear, is what was telling me something was wrong. So even though you may take a part off, might seem fine, might still move great, if you put that part back on, that symptom is going to come back. So it's not all about feel and, you know, sight. It's also about listen and, believe it or not, smell. I could smell metal on metal when the truck has been running for a long time, so I knew, you know, something was obviously getting worn out. And you can just see here, you know, I got it through my finger and it doesn't spin. It spins, but there is drag. So it tells me this bearing was going out. It wasn't out yet, but it was going out. So this is what makes a good mechanic, is to be proactive.
And like I was saying, you can kind of see right here where that used to be worn. It was getting rusty. You can see the tracking on the wheel. Maybe you can, maybe you can't, I don't know. But just take my word for it. This was going out. So give me a second, I'll go grab the tensioner. It's just right over on the toolbox. Okay, so the tensioner. You can notice, maybe you can, maybe you can't. I'll have to get you guys a better picture. But you can see this nut, the inside of this nut here. There's like a groove worn through the little raised area here and here. Groove worn right through the middle. So that was telling me it wasn't sitting true straight. It was sitting in cockeyed at a corner. So that tells me that the spring here, matter of fact, last night when I loosened it up, the spring was actually kind of caught or stuck. So it wasn't bouncing like it should be to keep constant pressure on your belt system. So it was basically just frozen. So that's probably contributed to the fact that the tensioner pulley went out, or the idler pulley went out. So now we've got two problems. One caused another, and they just kept compounding. Who knows? I could have had other bearings go out because of this. But you saw the repair. Hopefully it was informative for you guys. If you have any questions, drop a comment. I'm always free to answer questions as best I can. Definitely learned something about this. This is kind of cool. So, and the parts were cheap, so that's about it. Bye.